caught over 800 10-pound-plus largemouth bass, holder of 13 worldwide patents, and inventor of the weedless trolling motor prop. Doug Hannon is the Bass Professor.
One of the craziest ideas people have is that big bass, or even bass in general, are a crepuscular creature. By crepuscular, we mean they feed in the low light, the pre-dawn and dusk times a day. And those just aren't the times that the big fish feed. Remember, big fish follow the rules. They follow a much stricter regimen than do the small fish. That's how they get big. So behavior patterns within fish dictate how well they grow, because a bass grows according to what he eats. So the most successful, aggressive, rule-following fish that follow the best set of rules are the ones that grow the biggest. In that case, when we're talking about big fish, I ask people all the time, what time did you catch your biggest bass? Because everybody remembers that, and they hold up their hand and they say, the funny thing was, it was right around noon, or I guarantee it was between 10 and 4 in the afternoon during the highlight periods of the day. And it's not the funny thing at all. If you had 20 people and asked them all at once, they'd all hold up their hand, and then it really wouldn't be the anomaly. It would be the norm. And people just can't get around the norm. One of the things that I like to believe is when you're looking at nature and you're observing something and you see something that you think is unusual, chances are it's not. We don't find a lot of arrowheads. We don't find a lot of gold nuggets. What we find basically are the common truths in our observations. And so I'm not egotistical enough to think that I discovered something that nobody did when I thought, well, big fish feed sometimes in the middle of the day. No, it's basically in the middle of the day. They have full color vision. They can see colors, and colors are visible only in high light. At night our color vision drops off. So the fact that bass have full spectrum color vision tells us that they are a daytime feeder. The other thing you're going to find is the brighter the lights are, the better they feed, because bass have all these options underwater to go up under shade and hide. And they're not really hiding from the light. They're hiding from the other fish seeing them. So it's like a mugger uses a dark alley to attack from, but they attack into the bright street where they can see their prey coming by. And visibility is very important to fish, and it's very important to big fish especially. So remember, the bottom line on this is always look for your biggest bass during the daylight periods on fair, sunny days, not cloudy days. And yeah, you'll catch a few fish daylight and dawn, and the reason that you do is because that covers up our errors. When we're really using a very realistic lure, like our original fishing snake or some of the soft plastics, and we're fishing them very carefully, we're going to trigger those big fish. Ask any live bait fisherman, anyone you know, and they'll all say the best time to fish live bait is during the middle of the day, because live bait looks realistic. The better it can be seen, the better chance it has to trigger. So fish those realistic lures and live baits during the middle of the day, and you'll catch the biggest bass of your life. If you've enjoyed today's edition as much as I have being here for you, then don't forget, click on that button and send this to a friend.